In the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, Latinos and African Americans come together to fight and show that they can save their people. In the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, Latinos and African Americans come together to fight and show that they can save their people. If you're Black or Latino or Native American, come prove you have what it takes to fight and stand for your people. Shalom.
These brothers went through something today. You went through trauma, because of your mother and child molestation. Your mother was a hoe. In the UPK, we give ourselves trauma. Ourselves. We punish ourselves, hurt ourselves, afflict our own flesh. Oh, and we gain character because of it.
Oh yeah, let's go.
That's fire.
Let's go.
Whatsoever is brought upon you, you take it like a man. Take it cheerfully. That's your whole life. You can't have a bad day, can you?
You can. Let's go.
Every bad thing, I'll tell you about that later. Oh, every bad thing that happens to you just makes you just fall, doesn't it? Can you imagine living a life where you make yourself have a bad day? You create one. You decide, today I'm having a bad day. Let me explain One West to you, the UPK to you. We have decided to be lambs to the slaughter. We've decided to do it. We've decided to be killed all the day long. We've done it by choice. We're not victims of some child molester. We're not victims of our neighborhoods. We've decided to be killed. We've decided to take the blade. That's the fire. The Lord said, I will make a man finer than gold. Through the fire, we put ourselves in affliction, in trouble, in turmoil, in danger, because it makes better men. You get a piece of gold, you think it's pure because it's yellow, but you can't be sure until you melt it down. And then the impurities float away in the water that you cool it down in. And you melt it, and you melt it, and you melt the gold. By the end, now you'll have pure gold. But it has to go through something. You understand? This thing that we go through, we chose it. It wasn't chosen for us. We chose to hurt. We chose to suffer. And it makes better men. And you cannot follow Jesus Christ without choosing suffering. If you are with me, they will pick up their cross and follow after me. We'll do this by choice. Not because our child molester has given us a memory we can't shake or a pain we can't get rid of. We will give ourselves pain, knowing that it makes a better man.
All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And this video is going to be entitled ISUPK. Are you preachers, prophets, or paramilitary? God damn. Anyway, and pertaining to the video that we just saw, the little snippet in the beginning, or the clip in the beginning, you see these guys, ISUPK, running all over the place with all these guys all dressed in black like they're in a damn boot camp. Now, the thing that you have to look at when you see stuff like this is you hear this guy in the background, this crazy General Mahayaman, I think is his name, talking all this shit about affliction, and we put ourselves in the fire and the affliction, doing all that. And I mean, for goodness sake, man, you mentioned child molested 3 times in the damn thing. I mean, like, that's a thing, obviously. And you got all these grunts in the background doing all this and marching and all this shit. When the Lord talks about affliction in the scriptures and us going through stuff, that's what we go through in our walk in the truth, dealing with the Bible, the scriptures, the life that we live because of it. Not running around in the fucking mountains or whatever y'all doing, you know, dressed in all black in the hot sun, got people training. And then the recruitment video from the beginning talking about if you black, like all you got, in order to be in the truth, all you got, if you black or Latino or Native American, you can come and fight to save our people. You ain't gonna save nobody, man. There's so many things wrong with these videos. When you see these groups doing this, it's just very suspicious. You putting that image out there, trying to get us linked with some, you know, paramilitary shit. Now, to be fair, in all honesty, they didn't show no guns, but he was training, doing hand-to-hand combat. And you talk about if you, and then the dude mentioned, he said, if you want to follow Jesus Christ, like, what are you talking about, man? Now, when you hear them when they march and singing the song, they say Yahweh, but the dude that's talking said the JC word. You see? Now you talking about if you're gonna follow the Lord, you gotta be willing to take up your soul. What do you say? Take up your cross? Yeah, but that's very different than what the image that you're portraying. And then you got this whole thing at the end with let's go fast forward this real quick. This thing at the end with Luke, what does it say? Luke 20 and 36. The resurrection is here. Well, that's got nothing to do with soldiers and troops marching around doing all that. That resurrection is talking about the spiritual realm, man. We're going to go over there and read that. Let's go read that first, as a matter of fact. Let's read Luke chapter 20. It's just all kinds of fucked up. This is Luke chapter 20. And I'm going to just jump ahead at the point. Well, let's go ahead and read Luke 20 and verse 27. This has nothing to do with troops marching, fighting, this even anything in the physical world. It's got to do with the spiritual realm. It says, then came, Luke 20:27, then came to him certain of the Sadducees, which deny that there is any resurrection. And they asked him, saying, Moses wrote unto us, if any man's brother die having a wife, and he die without children, that his brother should take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. There were therefore 7 brethren, and the first took a wife and died without children. And the second took her to wife, and he died childless. And the third took her, and in like manner the 7 also. And they left no children and died. Last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife of them is she? For 7 had her to wife. And Yahweh answering said unto them, the children of this world marry and are given to marriage. He said, the children of this world. The children of this world marry and are given in marriage, but they which shall be accounted worthy to obtain that world and the resurrection from the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage. Neither can they die anymore, for they are equal unto the angels, and are the children of the Most High, being the children of the resurrection, which is speaking of the spiritual realm. It's not talking about on earth. That's why it's worded that way. What the hell is this guy talking about? The resurrection, Luke 20 and 36. The resurrection got nothing to do with this. And I know you people out there going to say, you think the resurrection is when we at the end of days. Well, this is the thing. The thing that's raised is your spirit. But in order for your spirit to obtain the kingdom of heaven, right, what has to happen? Because the kingdom going to be on the earth. You have to get new flesh, a new body. And that is reincarnation, okay, or regeneration. That's what the Lord spoke about. But this resurrection is not talking about this world. It's talking about the spiritual realm. Okay, that's why when you read up here at the top, you get the precept, Matthew 20 and 33. It says, let's go there real quick, Salakia. Matthew 20, and it said 33, right? Verse 30, it says, well, start at 29. Yahweh answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of the Most High. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of the Most High in heaven. Angels don't have sex, right? So when you're in the spiritual realm, you're likened to the angels. Nobody's in the spiritual realm over there where the Most High is, right? Having sex or eating, you know, doing all of that like we do here. Pooping. You don't need toilet paper in the spiritual world because you're spirits. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have you not read? Well, that's good enough. Yeah. That's good enough. So just wanted to prove that. Now going on with this whole thing with these guys marching and doing all of this, it's just some spy shit, man. I mean, it looked real fishy. Particularly also when you hear them saying this in the first part, if you Latino or you black or Latino or Native American, you gotta be willing to show that you're gonna come and fight and save your people. Let's see if we can hear that real quick.
Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, Latinos and African Americans come together to fight and show that they can save their people.
Right, you ain't gonna save nobody, and you're not gonna do this by fighting. We're not gonna fight to save our people. Yahushua gonna save his elect. That's it, man. Okay, that's the only people that the Lord gonna save is his elect first off, and it's not a recruitment mission. Let's go real quick. We go through this every time when these different people try to claim they're gonna save, like we gonna fight and we gonna overcome by fighting. Hell no, we gonna overcome. The scriptures tell us. Matter of fact, let's go there. Revelation 12. We'll come right back to that. You're not gonna overcome by fighting with physical weapons. No. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens. Oh, you know what? Let's actually read up. Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Who's the accuser of the brethren? The so-called white man Esau. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. So yeah, we might get put to death for this, right? But we don't love our lives to the death. And the scriptures do speak about affliction, but it's affliction that the Lord is going to bring upon us. We ain't gonna do it. We did this ourselves. We put ourselves under the furnace, put ourselves in the fire. Shut the fuck up, man. With all that melodramatic nonsense. You trying to justify that shit. And like, look, these 501c3 groups, you can't trust them, man. This shit is crazy. Guys, the guys out there doing jumping jacks with a book bag on, climbing over walls, hitting the bags and shit, or hitting the hands in the combat in. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff. But stop making like this is how we gonna be delivered. Or that the Lord is with this, like you raising up an army to fight against, like you gonna fight against the Edomites. Man, Esau bring bombs, weapons, guns, all that. Mow you niggas down, man. Just stop it already. Shit is stupid and it's old. So the Lord said we're gonna overcome by the blood of the Lamb. That's the Savior down on the cross. And by the word of their testimony, which is what? Well, let's get the word. The testimony is right here. Revelation 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So we're going to overcome by the word of prophecy, by prophesying. That's why we are prophets and preachers, not paramilitary. Now, can we save ourselves by fighting? Can we save our people? Because the Lord ain't going to save our people. He's going to save the elect of our people. And it's not going to be done by our physical fighting, but by his physical fighting. Even if you can find in the scripture where it says that Esau going to be punished by the hands of the children of Israel at some point. But right now, we are in the prophecy part, the prophesying part. This is Jeremiah 23 and 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper. And what is his name? Yahushua. It's not Jesus Christ. That's not his name. His name is Yahushua. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. So no, you ain't gonna fight and show that you can fight and save your people. Hell no. That ain't what the Lord talk about. Okay? As a matter of fact, that's that carnal shit. We ain't on the carnal tip. We're on the spiritual tip. This is Romans 8 and 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. And you out there showing, look, if you would have just did this right here and not put a video out, if you want to train some men and so they know how to defend themselves or whatever, okay, that's cool. That's fine. You can do that. But why publicize it? Why film videos doing this? And they've been to the shooting range too, by the way. See, when you deal with Esau, shit is gradualism. And it's a compilation. It ain't one thing. All they got to do is go to the videos showing y'all training with the weapons, then showing you marching right here. See? And all the combat and all of that stuff. See? So it's so much to this. When you see it, you have to understand and realize what you're looking at, man. You're climbing over the wall with a book bag on. All this bullshit, man. Got on the all black. Black make you look slim when you're out there. Shit is comical, man. But see, you got one group talking about they going around the world to preach the gospel when they don't have to. Doing fundraisers like a telethon, charity events, shit in the community, land grab, time building, all this stuff. And then you got these guys, and both of them, Isupk and IUIC, be marching in the streets like you got all these soldiers and these troops. Shit is crazy, man. Okay? So when you see that, you know that the Lord is going to do some massive judgment. Let's get something else here. Let's also go to 2 Corinthians now. Chapter 10, verse 3. 2 Corinthians 10:3 says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. See that? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Now, to be fair, them guys didn't pull out no weapons or nothing. You didn't see no guns. But you just know from seeing past videos that they got the guns. See? That's all these people need to link us to some T shit. You know the word, to the errorism. Right? The T to the errorism. That's all they looking for, to link us to shit like that. And then your dumb, goofy asses go, here you go, Esau. Blame us and accuse us all. Stupid fools. Morons. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. That's our job, to pull down strongholds in the spirituality of it all. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the anointed, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. And if you go to the NLT, this is what it says here. It says, verse 4, we use the Most High's mighty weapons. Salakia. Verse 3, we are human, but we don't wage war as humans do. We use the Most High's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing the Most High. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey the anointed. And after you have become fully obedient, we will punish everyone who remains disobedient. It's about a spiritual warfare, okay? Not literal warfare. You ain't gonna go fight and save our people. What foolishness, man. This is 2 Timothy 2:1, and it says at the top, be strong. So should you be strong? Yes. Should you work out? Yeah. You should exercise and do what you gotta do. But that's more of a personal thing, right? And it got nothing to do with the whole group. The whole group of guys together doing all that. Okay? And it's talking about, really, you got to have a strong spirit more than a strong body, even though a strong body would be great too. It says, thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And the things that thou hast learned of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. What kind of soldier? Spiritual soldiers. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. See that? So if you want to please the one that brought you into this, you're gonna do it spiritually, man. Right? The Most High is looking for, he got the angels to kick ass, okay? He got the angels to whoop ass and to fight and to do all that. Look at this. It's amazing, man, what these Israelites doing in the last day. But they're going to do this more and more. So, don't try not to get too mad about it. I mean, when I know when brothers, when we see stuff like this, it is aggravating. But I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from the Judas goats and the doggone counterfeit Israelites? This is what you expect. Anyway, that's it. We'll leave it right there. And like I said, don't underestimate the fact that this guy mentioned child molesters 3 times in like a 2-minute clip. Something is up, man. Every time you hear that guy talk, he say something freaky like that. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you soon with another lesson, Lord willing. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.